This video is part of a study of the 2,350 verses about money in the Bible. There are more Bible verses about money than any other single topic. God is love, but the Bible discusses money more than love. It discusses money more than prayer, more than even heaven and hell combined. We'll start with the first verse in this video with 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6. But this I say, he that soweth sparingly shall also reap sparingly, and he that soweth bountifully shall also reap bountifully. This verse uses the metaphor of a farmer sowing seeds to growing crops to a person investing money, time, and talent in the work that God had placed him here on earth to do. A short-sighted person might think that money given to charity is money flushed down the drain or money just lost, but the Apostle Paul here in this verse says differently. He compares money given to charity to the farmer planting seeds in the ground. These small seeds bring forth hundreds of pounds of produce. The Bible says you'll be rewarded 100-fold the amount of money, time, and effort that you invest into your life's work that God has placed you here on earth to do. This promise of God is in Mark 10, verse 31. It says, he shall receive 100-fold now in this time and in the age to come. We're focusing on one verse at a time in this video, so see the Mark 10:31 video for a more in-depth study about the verse regarding the more detail about the 100-fold promise of God. Small seeds bring forth 100 times the volume that these small seeds use to start the crop. The more seeds a farmer plants, the greater the harvest. So it is with the spiritual crop. The spiritual sower shall receive according to the seeds which he sows. Just as a farmer who plants sparingly will reap sparingly, so the spiritual farmer who sows sparingly shall reap sparingly. As you sow, so shall you reap. You get out of life what you put into it. This is one of the greatest truths of the Bible. As you sow, so shall you reap. The law of sowing and reaping is the law of investing money, time, and effort into your life's work, which is rewarded out of all proportion to the time and effort put into it. But what is doing God's work? It's doing the work that God has placed you on earth to do according to the talents and opportunities God has placed before you. It's giving of your money, your time, your resources to the mission you were intended by God to do on earth. Each of us is given a particular job or mission to do on earth. Proverbs 16:3, commit your work unto the Lord and your plans will be established. See the Proverbs 16:3 video for a study of God's purpose for your life. We see this law works in the physical world when small seeds bring forth an abundance of crops. We will also see how this law works in the spiritual and intellectual world as well, where small beginnings in time bring forth great results. What we produce in the real world, the physical world, is a result of the words and thoughts we plant in our minds. Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinks, so shall he be, or so is he, depending on the version. See more in this Bible verse in another video. It's also the topic of a seminar we provide at our church. See the As a Man Thinketh page at newlifedixon.org for more details on our As a Man Thinketh seminar based on Pastor Ken's modern interpretation of James Allen's famous book written over 100 years ago, rebranded in modern days as The Secret or as The Law of Attraction. Thoughts become things. The seeds we plant with the thoughts and words in our inner world become the deeds and results in our outer world. Our external circumstances reflect our internal world. As I said, see more about the As a Man Thinketh page on newlifedixon.org. One thing about planting seeds of thoughts in your mind is to be careful to focus on the positive in life as much as possible. God's universal law works in both the positive and the negative. If you dwell on the positive, you get more of the positive. If you dwell on negative, you get more of the negative. Even other religions teach this as well. The Hindu teaching of karma states that you transmit out into the world through your thoughts and actions comes back to you from the universe. If you transmit bad karma out into the world, bad karma boomerangs back to you. If you transmit good karma out into the world, good karma comes back to you. So to summarize 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6, what you sow, so shall you reap. Sowing is investing money, time, and effort in the work you were created here on earth to do. God promises to reward these efforts 100-fold of the money and time invested. Focus on the positive to get more of life of the positive. It's a universal law of God. As you sow, so shall you reap. If you like this video and would like us to produce more messages like this, press the like button below. If you'd like to keep these messages free, please support our mission by clicking on the PayPal link at newlifedixon.org. Or you could purchase a book or a seminar at our church. We would provide it at our church or at your organization. For more details on the books, seminars, and Bible studies we provide, go to newlifedixon.org. My name is Pastor Ken. I'm a bivocational pastor. That means that, like the Apostle Paul, I support the ministry by working a secular vocation to support the ministry. The Apostle Paul was a tent maker back in the day. I work as a tax accountant and as a QuickBooks instructor. Check out the QuickBooks training and accounting services provided by Pastor Ken as an accountant at www.new-england.net.